6 PM frente al río, viéndonos los corazones, las hojas cayendo, preguntas sin contestaciones.
That's Bad Bunny. And there are two things I can tell you honestly. One, before today, I had never heard a Bad Bunny song. And two, I don't speak Spanish, have the grades to prove it, but my producers assure me that none of the language you just heard is offensive. Today, we learned the NFL picked Bad Bunny to be this year's Super Bowl halftime act. This is the same Bad Bunny that wouldn't tour the United States because, in his words, he feared ICE agents would be on hand to arrest his fans. He's very vocally anti-MAGA, also very anti-ICE. So the NFL chose somebody who is extraordinarily outspoken on politics. Now, you could have chosen somebody like Luke Combs, Chris Stapleton as well. Both routinely sell out football stadiums for their concerts. Or maybe you could have had Bad Bunny and Luke Combs perform together, like Combs did with Tracy Chapman. So that would have sort of spoken to bringing America together. We're trying to do that. With us now, Michele Tafoya, host of the Michele Tafoya Podcast. It's good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Is it possible this is both politics and money, or is it just about money for the NFL?
I think there's a little bit of politics. I think you hit something there, and that is that, first of all, the NFL now sees itself as a global game. So this is a global superstar, you know, very famous in other countries, not as much here, but certainly growing. I mean, the guy is streaming like crazy on Spotify. So he is known to a younger audience. He is known to a global audience. But I think there's a part of the NFL that sort of wanted to troll Trump and what his administration is doing right now. The ICE stuff.
Why?
All of that. You know what? I wish that the NFL were a more unifying body, but they have decided to turn these decisions over. Now they have to authorize them, but you know, it's Rock Nation, Jay-Z's outfit, that is picking the artists. And we saw it, you know, we've seen it over the course of time with Rock Nation, that this is the kind of sort of choosing that they do. I think the only country singer we will see is someone probably singing the anthem. And that's kind of what the country singers have been relegated to in the last dozen or 15 years.
Country artist who had their own halftime show for the NFL was 2003. I was still in college, in case anybody wants a timestamp on that. But I guess the question is, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Jay-Z's best friend is Barack Obama. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I would think that if the whole idea was to lower the temperature and bring America together, maybe you wouldn't have an all-country act, but there would be some attempt to have someone who was not antagonistic to half of the United States. I guess the flip side of that is, does the NFL not care because they know that that half of the United States will probably stick around?
They will stick around for the game, that is for sure. I mean, this is now America's pastime, the NFL. But as I said, they're trying to make it a global game.
Right.
You see that with the expanding reach and all these games going to different destinations. But no, this honestly, when I heard this, it struck me that this is a little bit of a jab. And it's a jab at half of America, over half of America. It's a jab at the administration. And sadly, no one seems to be that concerned with bringing America together right now.
Well, that's true.
People say it. They say it.
People say it, but they won't do anything.
They won't do anything.
No.
And by the way, this is the league that has 2 national anthems before the Super Bowl and before most big games. They also have the, Lift Every Voice, which is known as the Black national anthem. That's hardly a unifying move. I think we're one nation and we have one anthem.
Well, hard to argue with that. As you said, not many people interested in actions versus words are bringing us together. Michele, thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.